Woo! We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Hello, nerdy Zoros. How are you doing? Long have we striven to find the lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what it is you desire yourself, nor what it was that brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer, old. What will you say? I will go whither the wild rose blooms? You're good, how am I?
I take it
I'm
you will
great.
help us. Wonderful. I knew you wouldn't let us down.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt Minfilia.
But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Charlian ring any bells?
You're new to Final Fantasy XIV, or am I new to Final Fantasy XIV? I'm not. I haven't gotten very far in it, but I'm not new. Whoops.
It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Charlians were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now.
Neat.
The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popolimo.
Hello
Oops.
there!
Welcome!
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. I have been expecting you. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I am glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina and Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Oh.
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Emolja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ul'dah.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
All right. Okay, so the question was asked, am I new to Final Fantasy XIV? The answer is no. I got the collector's edition 14 years ago. And played it even before the realm was reborn. That said, I've never made it past a sprout, I don't think. I forget when the sprout, finally sprouts. But I want to say it's sometime after Heavensward, probably after Stormblood. I've beaten Heavensward, and that's about as far as I've gotten. I've enjoyed it, but what keeps me from going forward is I would get to a dungeon part of the main story quest, and then in order to not let my friends down, what I would do is I would study and study how to beat the dungeon before going into it. And the mechanics got a little more and more complicated, and none of these dungeons were really so hard I couldn't beat them. And I'd probably beat them first try, not even knowing the mechanics. And even if I didn't know the mechanics, someone would teach them to you. But I still don't want to be the reason a dungeon fails. Feel like I'm letting people down or, ruining their experience. And so, yeah. I do not... I would do that until I got to the point where I'd get bored and didn't want to play anymore. But, in a recent patch, I want to say 6.5 or something, they made it so that the entire main story quest, you could queue any dungeon with NPCs. And so now I don't need to know the mechanics before trying them for the first time. I'll just hop in and fail them. And I'm excited for that. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission to investigate the crystal robbery and the spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is that any discoveries we make are in revelation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on the caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security over their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abduction should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Okay. Alright, while in the neighborhood, Like, I'm not going to venture off from the main storyline often. But there is one quest that is very, very important here. And I believe you've got it? If I had a glamour. Oh dear, dear, dear. This'll never do. My sense of aesthetics simply won't allow it. How can you go out dressed like that? My dear, if only you'd spared a thought for style or coordination. I hope your guard holds up during a scuffle because there's little else going for it. That's it. I made up my mind. From this day forth, I'll take it upon myself to save you from any more fashion disasters. I see. So much needs to be addressed. Where to even begin? Be a dear and get me a drink. I'm feeling rather parched. And this is a matter best discussed over a glass of something cold. Just go to the pissed piece and ask Falkland some blood orange juice, and tell her to make sure there's no pulp in it. Now off you go. Alright, where's Falkland? Howdy. Oh, Swirglum sent you, did she? That woman. Never known anyone so lazy. Would it kill her to come and get it herself? Here you are. And you shouldn't let her push you around, you know. Give her an ilm and she'll take a malm. If I knew what either of those were, I'd be concerned. So how's that drink coming? Yeah, here you go. Now teach me how to dress. Oh, delicious. Nothing better on a hot day. Some say I have expensive taste, but life's too short to settle for second best. Of course, this extends to my choice in wardrobe, too. None of your colors match, madam. Now that I'm feeling refreshed, shall we get started? Do you know, dear, that you'd look a lot less drab if you knew how to apply glamours? What's a glamour, you ask? Well, they use a glamour prism as a catalyst to project an image over one item onto another. It's just an illusion, mind, but very convincing. This means that the original object stays essentially the same. It just takes on a new appearance. That's all. Remember, if you fancy a change, you don't have to stick with the same glamour, just apply one on top of the other. Or use a glamour dispeller to return the object to normal. Why sacrifice style for such humdrum trifles as durability or protection from bodily harm? Limitless possibilities for self-expression are just a couple glamours away. Go ahead, give it a try. And do make it quick, dear. For my sake, I'm finding your uninspired attire more and more offensive with each passing moment. Honestly, I don't think I look that bad. Glamours are now available. Glamour dressers and in-rooms are now available. You may use dressers to transform items into glamours and create ensembles for quick and easy use. What else do you have? Do I have to do this? Color your world in order to do dyes at all? Oh, I guess I do. Yeah, okay, that's important. So we'll do this one too. You there, yes, you, the decisively unfashionable adventurer. Gods be good, never in my life have I seen such an unapologetic focus on function at the extreme cost of form. The mere sight of you fair makes my eyes bleed. As a lover of all things aesthetically pleasing, I cannot in good conscience allow you to keep roaming the realm in that sorry state. I believe your appearance can yet be salvaged through the use of color. I will teach you how to go about dyeing your outfit, but first I must have a drink. The heat has given me a vicious thirst, and I won't be able to talk for any length of time. Be a dear and buy me a bottle of orange juice at the stall by the northern gates, would you? Once I have moistened my throat, we shall see to this business of remedying your appearance. A stall by the northern gate. Is that stall not here? Surely I... Oh, hey, a chocobo keep. You are also important. The northern gate. She couldn't possibly mean the northern gate of Ul'dah, could she? Oh, and there's a Fundender over here, right? No? But, yeah? Orange juice? Armor? Here's a gate. Yo, you got orange juice? Oh, yeah. That quest could be confusing for some. There are a lot of northern gates. Pray tell, have you bought my orange juice? Lest you have forgotten, the merchant who sells it can be found just inside the northern gates. Okay. Whew, that's a relief. Finally, I can teach you how to bring color into your life. Listen well. There are handy items called colorants, which allow folk to dye their outfits in a veritable rainbow of colors. These colorants are so simple to use, adventurers have no excuse not to be fashion unconscious. Unless you worry that dyeing will affect your garment's precious properties, you may rest assured it will not. The practicality you adventurers love so much will not suffer from a change in appearance, a change for the better. Should also gladden you to know that garments can be dyed repeatedly, so there's no fear of getting locked into one color. That garish pink that seemed like such a wonderful idea after a dozen glasses of red can be undone. And that is all you need to know about dyeing gear. Now, what are you waiting for? Go out there and bring some color to your life. Okay. Alright. So, where is Camp Drybone? We're going back to the main story. I won't let you guys suffer while I try to find a perfect outfit. Your time is too valuable for that kind of nonsense. Eastern Thanalan. And I am on the moon. Shoot, I think I go to Ul'dah and then head that way. I think. Alright. Let me go ahead and chocobo off in that direction. Yeah. Anything that isn't vital to the main story, I will save for off stream. I'll do job quests in like the main playthrough, but as far as like spending an hour and a half trying to find the perfect glamour, I'll spare you from that. We're also going to change jobs at some point. Like when we get into Heaven's Ward, we're gonna change to Astrologian. Astrologian? Astrologian. Those things. And, yeah. I believe I have to do some level grinding with that. I may do that off stream to spare you from that, too. Because I'm not sure how much you care about watching me just, like, run daily dungeons. This is meant to be a movie through, like, the main storyline. And so I won't force you to suffer unless I have to. That said, you will notice I'm making you watch a chocobo ride through the entire city. I am going to continue to do that to you. It's part of the joy of the main quest. This is an unabridged main story quest. I hope you keep in mind that there are tons and tons of other things to do. Like, there's all sorts of, like, blue quests that, like, give you very important features in the game. Things that make your life easier. Come to think of it, is there one that lets me use a mount? Because if that's the case, I probably have to do that one too at some point. I can't remember if that's just something that happens naturally through the main story quest or what. Like this one. I believe this guy unlocks the golden saucer, which is one of my favorite parts of the game. Like, you basically unlock a casino, and then you go do all sorts of wacky nonsense. Like chocobo racing and card games. And those little platforming puzzles. It's just a ton of fun. I love the golden saucer. May I interest you in a chocobo porter? Yes. Horizon or Vesper Bay? Now, I don't know where Horizon is. I hope that's on the way. But I should walk just to make sure. That's okay. You like the scenic route? I like the scenic route too. Honestly, this game has aged very well. Sometimes I try to go back and play other games and, or other old MMOs. Like, I'll have some kind of nostalgic desire to go back and play EverQuest, and then I look at EverQuest and I'm like, you know what? Never mind. Even World of Warcraft feels pretty drab after all this time. Although I've heard it's gotten a lot better. I thought about doing a hardcore run. Just see how far we got before we died. I think that could be fun. I thought about doing a hardcore playthrough of this when I was thinking of stream ideas. Just go until I die in this game and be like, oh, that's it, adventure over. Though given that the main story is 360 hours long, I'm bound to die at one point, and it would be very disappointing if it was at like hour 120. Med adventure. May I interest you in a chocobo porter? Yes. Now let's attune to this aetheryte. Where am I? Not Camp Drybone. That's for sure. Hey, chocobo porter, do you go to Camp Drybone, or do I have to unlock it? I have to unlock it. Okay. Back to running. In a different direction, I think. Oh, Eastern Thanaland. We shall head east. This seems like the way. Always feels bad to like wander off into a dirt road. Who's that guy? Avjang. He's cute. I know a lot of my viewers aren't in the US. The US is huge. Whenever I'm driving around and I hit a dirt road, I'm like, oh, this is uncharted territory. No one's been here in hundreds of years. Now, I used to live off on one of those dirt roads. But nowadays, like, if I hit dirt, I'm like, oh, I am definitely lost. Mapping the realm Eastern Thanlan. I guess it's just one big chunk, so I got the achievement just for showing up. Okay. Did the sun set already? I feel like it was barely up at all. I spent like the entire day listening to Minfilia's speech. Oop. Ah, my legs. There's a chocobo porter around here too. Where are you? I jumped down to break my legs for no reason. There you are. Now whenever we need to. You can take the chocobo here. Ugh. Break my legs again. Hi, I'm Isambard. Here to search for the missing folk, I take it? Minfilia sent word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Amalja. It seems like we know who the culprits are at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here have come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victims safely returned. Okay.